do da do da do da do da do do da do da do da do da do.
Welcome on, welcome to Ricky's podcast, big and small. Welcome to Ricky's podcast, one and all. Welcome to the podcast now. Welcome on, welcome to Ricky's podcast, big and small. Welcome to Ricky's podcast, one and all. Welcome to the podcast now. It's Ricky's podcast.
Oh, you know your judo well. Is your hand ready to receive my limp penis?
Does he say that?
Yeah. Pretty sure that's like the end of it. Yeah, it's like the end of the video.
Oh my god. I either think of that or Confederacy of Dunces.
Well, I told you that that's in my head. That's the voice I have for
Whenever
Ignatius.
Ignatius would say it, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been doing crosswords, and Confederacy of Dunces has come up like 3 times
Yeah.
so far in these crosswords. Yeah,
It's whack.
like one of the hints was like how one might describe Ignatius, and it was the word was obese.
Lol. Here we go. Random cuts for the win. Nothing like a bit of the old splicity sploocity.
A little chop here.
Little beep bop there.
Yeah,
Little judo.
a little judo.
Little judo. Which I hear you know very well.
Dude, do you ever just go through old vines and old memes and just reminisce about the good old days?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much on a daily basis.
Well, not on a daily basis, but, you know, every once in a while, I'll be in the mood, throw on my Vine compilation.
Dude, some of those compilations are quite great.
Yeah,
Take you back.
dude. Makes me wonder why they shut it down, man.
I honestly don't know, because at least it felt like it was still super popular.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, it was pretty popular.
And then they're like, no more 40.
What's that? The kids are having a good time?
The kids are enjoying themselves. We can't allow that.
Can't allow that, man. That's not gonna fly. Not on my good Christian Minecraft server.
Not. There'll be no enjoyment here. Yeah. I don't know. And that's not something that you can just up and replace too.
9. Okay, I really need to check this. This is concerning. I'm getting, like, not a whole lot of sound here. You ready for another random
The gain
splice?
is quite down.
Oh, is it the gain just... Okay, let's try it, like... Alright, does that make it better? Do we like that? Does that make you happy? Are you not entertained?
Is there no change?
It's like not much. Da-da-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, say can you see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last that does nothing, man.
Actually,
Whose broad stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight.
it's just a fake wheel.
So what's that? You wanted a gain knob? Well, you can
Suck it.
gain knob on these nuts, is what you can do.
Got him.
Got him. Just get him. Alright, random cut, go. Screw it.
Mike having a time.
I think it should be fine. We'll fix it in post, as we used to always say in film club.
Yeah, don't
We'll-
editors hate that? Or at least like,
It's like one of those sayings that you say it all the time, and you're just, we'll fix it in post, but you never actually do.
you just slap it together and throw it in.
Yeah, and when people say they're gonna fix it in post, they never actually fix it in post.
I feel like animators or editors, they hate when people say that, because all it is deferring responsibility to not them.
Yeah, except for me, it's deferring responsibility
To
to me yet
later
again.
self.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh, actually, shiz. Let me check to make sure this mic's actually set up. All right. We'll be right back in a second, folks. Oh, rest in peace, our earphones users, for just like
The constant adjustment.
the constant adjustment, and then now we're gonna be suddenly louder too. So good luck with that,
I'll
boys.
fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. It's all right. Okay, yeah, now we're good. We're on the right track now.
All right.
Thank goodness.
That's good to hear. Yeah. I mean, there'll be times where I'll just go through past like old vines or old internet videos, like the classics,
Yeah.
Charlie the Unicorn, Llamas with Hats, ASDF, Salad Fingers, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Those aren't even like the funny ones. Those are just like full on horror.
Those, I mean, horror can be pretty funny. Dude, has there been a like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared competitor? I feel like they did it and they did it well, and it's hard to do well.
Well, they're like basically like just a creepypasta, really.
Creepypasta?
Yeah.
That's like just the like scary text stories, right?
It's pretty kind of, yeah. But you can also make like make it into a multimedia art form as well.
And it's still considered a creepypasta?
Yeah, well, like Ben Drowned, was like a whole like ARG, and also like a film as well that they made it from like
Ben Drowned?
yeah, from like modded game footage and stuff.
I haven't heard this. I
You
also
haven't
don't know-
heard Ben Drowned?
I also don't know what an ARG is.
You also don't know what an ARG is. Okay, well
Start from the top.
in the beginning. God
There was the
created
world.
the heaven and the earth.
Oh, frick, yeah. How does it actually start?
Well, that's it. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, man, because I don't know why, but for some reason, at Picture Rocks and stuff, they're like, I somehow got roped into being in the Good News Club. They called it. It's just a Christian club basically.
Okay.
And I remember one of the challenges was to memorize a verse from the Bible. We just had to memorize one verse, so I just literally opened the first page and just memorized the very first. And that was basically the assignment was that at the beginning of class they just go around the room and people like would read out like these like paragraphs.
Super long,
Yeah, and then I just roll up with "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth," and that is the verse. Just
And the full
that's
stop.
it. That's it.
Did anyone do the whole Jesus wept?
Jesus wept. Yeah.
And I think that's a
No,
full
yeah,
verse
no-
as well.
Yeah, that is also Fun fact: the shortest verse in the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one did that one, but I did do that one.
Unfortunate. That'd be meme worthy.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you'd actually have to go hunting for that one. Meanwhile, I'm just like, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Genesis 1:1.
Genesis 1:1. Yeah. No, what was it? Ben Drowned?
Yeah, Ben Drowned. You ever heard of that one?
No.
Oh, it was basically like a video game creepypasta based off of Majora's Mask. The Legend of Zelda Majora's
Yeah.
Mask. And basically, like, this story is about this kid who finds a cursed copy of Majora's Mask from this old guy, because of course he did. And then
Yeah.
and then apparently it launches into this whole thing of him playing the game, and it turns out like there was a other kid named Ben who, as you can imagine, drowned, and and like his like ghost haunts the copy of Majora's Mask.
Oh, and this
And,
dude's
like,
also named Ben.
Maybe probably.
Right.
That sounds like it's something they do. Yeah,
Continue.
and then and basically like, and what makes it like a multimedia thing is that that the creepypasta maker guy like also, in addition to the text, uploaded footage of the supposed cursed Majora's Mask, which is actually pretty well made.
Yeah.
So the guy just basically modded Majora's Mask and filmed him playing the modded Majora's Mask, and became a whole other thing.
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah, it is actually very high effort, especially for creepypastas, which are
Yeah.
generally just like middle schoolers just like banging it out in the week on like
Banging their head on the keyboard and calling it a scary story.
Yeah, just like they just slap random. They basically just like they just like autofill, just like
the whole
Take
story.
all of the suggestions. And
Yeah. Yeah, and then just like throw in hyper realistic blood every once in a while, and then boom, you got yourself a creepypasta right there, son.
Gotcha. I mean, it worked out for him. If he
more
like,
specifically, you have the Sonic.exe creepypasta.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't
heard any
other
creepypastas, man.
creepypastas.
Yeah, those are like classic creepypastas, man. Both of those.
Yeah, so I guess I pretty much know none of them then.
Yeah, and they're both very opposite in that Ben Drown was like the most high effort, like dude, totally like unnecessary, but we appreciate you, like creepypasta.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
I mean, at least he went down in history for it.
Well, as he should have, because dude, excellent creepypasta. Meanwhile, Sonic.exe was obviously made by a middle schooler.
His like full name or
Yeah, well, it's just famous for being very, very shite. Basically, is what it's like the My Immortal of creepypastas almost.
My Immortal.
Yeah. You haven't heard of My Immortal either?
What is that?
Holy smoke! This man knows nothing about the internet. Is what it sounds like.
My Immortal.
My Immortal, dude. My Immortal. Holy cow, is like world famous for being the worst piece of fan fiction ever created in the history of mankind.
Is this like on Tumblr or something or?
Well, it was like distributed. It was like on a fan fiction. Well, it was like originally posted on like a fan fiction forum, but also it also got famous on Tumblr as well.
Yeah.
And just like everybody, all the Tumblr kids know about it pretty much.
But it's known for being a very bad.
It's
fanfic.
known for being horrible fan fiction. Horrible, like Harry Potter, My Chemical Romance, and like various other emo stuff, just
Dumped
together, and they just chopped it up and made a shit salad, pretty much.
Oh my god! and that's just Sonic EXE.
Well, it's not that bad,
But,
I will say.
okay.
Well, like My Immortal is damn near unreadable because just like the obvious child that wrote it.
There's no way that somebody over 13 wrote it.
Dude, honestly, if someone over 13 wrote it, it would actually be pretty impressive because just to be able to fake that level of like nonsensicalness. It's like that bad to where like it's actually impressive if like an adult wrote it.
Did you read the entirety of it?
I haven't. No.
Is it too
I've
painful?
I've just read snippets of it, and even the snippets I've read are just like, holy cow.
Does it not like intrigue you enough to read the entire thing?
I want to read the entire thing, but dude, it's like, well, first of all, like you gotta like hunt it down because the original forum it was posted on like
It inevitably shut down.
Went boom.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm sure you can. I mean,
I'm sure it's there.
It's the most infamous piece of fan fiction ever made.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you'll be able to find it.
Even if it reaches like a minimal level of infamy. Like,
Yeah.
It's definitely somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I can 100% find it, but yeah. So I got hunted down, but also, dude, it's just a slog. It's just a slog to go through. It's like, have you ever read like the original text for the Canterbury Tales?
No. Isn't that written? Wouldn't that be written in Old English?
Yeah, like actual Old English.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they used to spell things like very much not how we spell things.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's basically that where like the child has like no sense of spelling, no sense of grammar.
Oh gosh.
And they just like and it's like just like insane, just like not like slang, but you know how like they like shorten stuff too, and it's like they'll use like 3s for e's and stuff, and that's just so
It's actually just cringe.
yeah, so they just yeah. Well, that's basically the gist of the whole fan fiction. It's just like wall to wall cringe the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just yeah, and it's all Harry Potter fan fiction where the main character. Let me see if I can remember her name. It's like oh god, I used to know it.
From Harry Potter?
No, it's the original. The only original character in the whole story.
Oh.
Her name is Ebony Darkness Ravenway. That's it. That's her name.
wait. Repeat that.
Yeah, Ebony Darkness Ravenway, and that's darkness spelled like something like DARC like apostrophe and he has
Oh my gosh.
just like
Oh my gosh. Raving way.
yeah.
Bro, that's like, I feel like that's something where if you went on a random fantasy name generator, it would give you something like that.
Yeah. But that's basically, and just the name alone pretty much gives you an idea of what the whole story is just about. It's just like emo all the way through.
Wow.
Yeah, all about how Ebony Darkness Ravenway has a crush on both Harry Potter and Malfoy. And they, get up to some golf stuff, and then there's like a My Chemical Romance concert in there somewhere. That's like half the story or something.
Shoehorned in there
Yeah, they
somehow.
it's like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, there's a My Chemical Romance show happening in Hogwarts. Just don't think about it, it's fine.
My gosh. That's...
And the whole time, bear in mind, this is all written by an actual child who can't spell, doesn't know grammar, and just like goes off and like has no sense of storytelling whatsoever. So they just go
all
off
over the place.
Yeah, just imagine like stream of consciousness, but it's from a child.
From an actual just emo child.
Yeah, an actual emo child. Yeah.
Wow. No doubt pain to read.
Oh, it's yeah.
Sometimes I'll think back about how on earth did some of our teachers bear reading some of the things that we wrote, especially in elementary and middle school.
Dude, I remember some middle school stuff because that's where all the Tumblr kids were all like emo and stuff. So just like imagine receiving every time you'd sign a creative writing project, you'd get back just every response was just like,
Literal
and then she
fanfiction.
cried, just like cried a single tear as the blood from her wrists, whatever kind of emo stuff they just shoved in there. A bunch of Harry Potter, a bunch of My Chemical Romance, like a bunch of man, what else? What else even is there, honestly? In the world
Other
of
than
emo.
Harry Potter, My Chemical Romance.
Yeah. Paramore. Yeah.
Is
we
it?
love
Would it be Paramore or like Evanescence?
Yes, but Paramore is just obviously just like.
In there.
Yeah, well, it's just those are like the two, I think, most common.
Paramore's actually good though.
Well, My Chemical Romance is actually good. You want to?
Yeah.
You want to go? I'll defend My Chemical
I have
Romance.
not listened to My Chemical Romance.
You haven't?
So I can't really say.
Okay, well then that's why. You should listen to The Black Parade, man. That's a good album.
It is good.
It's
but
a
it's
very
also
good
something
album.
that emo kids attach themselves to.
Yes, except this one's like actually good though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also it actually holds up. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's kind of like Linkin Park. Like, goth or emo kids also kind of adhere that, but it's good music.
Yeah. It's like less goth. It's more like the 2000s kid, like new metal boys. The ones that wear like basketball shorts and like basketball jerseys and like
What?
You know those kids.
What? No.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like there's just a ton of them at Picture Rocks, but yeah, there's a bunch of those types of kids, and they'd all listen to like that
The cool
and,
music.
and like Slipknot and and like just all those basically. Limp Bizkit probably. I don't know anybody who actually listened to Limp Bizkit, but that's the type of stuff they listen to.
Yeah, of those I only recognize Linkin Park
Oh yeah, little Linkin Park. Yeah, they'd listen to that and Slipknot.
and Slipknot.
Those were the big ones that I remember from my elementary school. But yeah.
thing. Yeah, I don't know how they did it. They, those teachers must be built different.
Dude.
somehow.
I feel like, dude, there's like one of those things that where like you spend too much time around kids and you start to like revert back to the way they were, man. I swear. Sometimes I'll remember teachers and it's like, oh, they actually acted like real children, man. It's not because it's like one of those things to where they blend because that was back when you were a kid and that's the way you thought.
Mm-hmm.
But then you reflect on it now and it's like, oh, these are the teachers, man. They've got some actual psychological issues that they might want to get looked at.
Just like in middle school or in high school or elementary school.
The elementary school teachers, like, you can tell that they definitely put on the show for the kids.
Yeah.
But they aren't actually like that. But the middle school teachers, man, some of them are like actually, actually like that. You talk to them like IRL, and it's like
IRL.
IRL, man. Oh, there you go. Some for the kids out there. And then, yeah, but they're actually like that, though. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I never really picked up on any of that,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
You don't know.
To be honest, I don't really remember much from middle school.
Dude, I remember being miserable in middle school, man.
Miserable?
Yeah, those are like my least favorite years. It's like, you know, like 8th grade in middle school and then like freshman year of college are like my 2 least favorite years ever.
8th grade of middle school or like 9th grade of middle school?
Well, freshman year of college. And
Freshman year of college.
and then 8th grade.
And 8th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess you bounced back from your freshman year of college, though. Seems
Yeah.
like you're doing alright.
Yeah. Well, definitely much better than that, man. Yeah.
It was low.
Oh, it was like, dude. Yeah, except, you know, 2 totally different reasons, you know. Because middle school I was miserable, but that's just basically just all because of me. Well, you know, however you want to think about it, but, you know. But, like, you know, freshman year of college, though, I was just, like, because it's, like, one of those, like, things where you realize that you're just, you know, like, musically, I just, like, was not good enough.
Oh, compared to
And-
everyone else?
Yeah, and just, like, yeah. And I used to get, like, just brutally tormented by the professors, man. Yeah.
Dang.
Until I just, like, you know, just barreled through it pretty much.
Like Schaefer Conservatory level, or like...
Well, it's like, because the thing about that is that was more like physical and obvious, while over there it's like, you know, you'd get yelled at, yeah.
low-key and psychological.
And yeah, well, that's the thing, yeah, that, you know, but most of the time, yeah, they just like, you know, they'd be like, all right, rehearsal's over, and then they'd like, you know, people would leave, but then they'd hunt you down individually and just be like, hey, man, you know, it's like maybe this sort of shit would pass in high school, but listen, this is a collegiate school, and this, and
Yo,
just
no
like,
cap?
yeah, and they'd like that kind of stuff, and just be like, oh, yeah,
Jeez Louise.
yeah,
Yeah, I would actually just get totally just messed up. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's
Jeez.
rough.
Yeah, that is pretty rough. Yeah, though this thing is that's the professors, but like all the students were cool.
Yeah.
Mostly because they all went through the same thing
They've
their
all...
freshman year. Dude, I remember this pianist told me, like, you know, like on one of the days where like the professor was like extra brutal to me, and he just like, yeah, caught me afterward and he's like, hey man, look, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, he's being pretty like nasty to you, but yeah, he's the same way with me, man. Where it's just, yeah, and then he like, you know, told me a whole story about how, you know, he'd like whacked out his solo and just got like brutally put down by the professor in front of everybody.
Dang.
And just, you know, but I don't know, just gave me a nice talking to, you know. So
Yeah.
it's, you know, nice to know that I'm not the only person getting just whacked out, you know, on a daily basis.
And at least there's some sense of camaraderie among
Yeah.
the students.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. I mean, they all went through the same thing, you know. They all sucked when they first got there, is the thing.
They all were
Which, for
awful.
some reason, the professors just don't get it for some reason. They just expect you to be excellent when you first get there, but what are you
Yeah.
going to do?
I expect professional musicians
Yes. What's that? You came to my college of learning to learn?
to learn.
What manner of nonsense is this? That's the thing that always bugged me. It's like, you understand that this is a college of music. This isn't like a collective of, you know, of professional music. You know, we're here to learn is what we're here for, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, yes, you expect the best from people, but, you know, but I understand that, you know, people can't just magically become, you know,
Like
gods
manifest
overnight.
greatness.
Yeah. Which is, you know, kind of what they were expecting, you know, honestly. It was honestly just the one professor. Not going to out them, but, you know, it was basically just the one.
The
now
other
that I
ones
think
were
about
chill.
it. Well, it was less that they were chill, but more that I, like, never saw them.
Oh.
So, so I don't even know. Yeah, one of them might have been, you know, yeah, well, one of them was a bit of a psycho, too. But the other one was, yeah, he is a pretty chill guy. All that I've seen him. Yeah, pretty supportive dude. Which is funny because he ran the top bands and, you know, and like the top combo.
Dang.
But he's like the most chill out of all of them. So I don't know, you know, I don't know.
Was the jazz dude that we saw at the jazz night pretty chill?
The drummer?
I think so. Well, they were all university.
Yeah, they were all
Yeah.
faculty.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Arthur, the drummer, wasn't even around when I was a freshman. He actually just came to the U of A this last year,
Oh wow.
so he's brand new.
Did
Yeah.
you know any of the people that were playing up there?
I knew all of them. Yeah.
But did you have any classes
Yeah.
that you took?
Yeah, well, basically all of them, except for Matt Mitchell on guitar. He's the only person who, well, because he's not a professor. He's the only one that's not a faculty of U of A. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but they're all yeah. I've had classes with all of the other ones.
That dude was just a local musician, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think he also went to the U of A once upon a time.
It's
I
not.
think so. Yeah.
It all comes full circle.
All comes around in the end, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but all the other ones, yeah, yeah. Well, Arthur's the main guy, the drummer. Arthur's the only one that doesn't run a group out of all of them.
Hmm.
So I just took his production class, music production and engineering. I did take that class with him. But all the other ones, yeah, I've been in their combos,
Dang.
all of their combos, yeah. So
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you plan to do after you graduate with your degree? Like join an orchestra or
Yeah, hoping to
produce or what?
hoping to gig around, pretty much take what I can get, more or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not like a professional orchestra, but more like doing gigs or.
Well, the thing is, I'm more trained as a jazz guitarist.
Right. Which.
More. I mean, I do play classical and stuff, so like a solo guitar gig I could totally do if it's like a classical. Actually, I have done solo guitar classical gigs before, so I can definitely do that. But
The nature of jazz is to do gigs.
Well, they're just like a different styles, different ways of doing things. But yeah, jazz is more of a gig type of deal. While classical musicians, you get into orchestras and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But that's stressful in its own way, man, dude. 'Cause that's just like auditions, just the floor to ceiling, and just like constant stress.
Just balls to the wall stress and competing with your peers and everything.
Pretty much, yeah. While jazz is just not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, dude, that always reminded me of this. There's this author that she writes books now, but she used to be a dancer. And she just described how the audition process was, and it's just it just is the most just brutal thing, because it's because you'll be up against 200 people and they pick 2 people to be in.
yikes.
Yeah, and so it's all just all right, these and they'll put them out in sets of 50, and so you'll just have to go in sets of 50. And then they'll be yeah, you, and these people and all those people get on that side of the room. Everybody else get on that side of the room. And then they'll do then those people will go. And then, okay, you guys over here, you guys over there. And then you guys over there, you can go home. And then, literally
Get
that,
out.
though. Yeah, it's literally like that. Yeah, it's you guys on this side of the room, you can go home. And then they just whittle it down, and they just split them in half until they got down to the
Jeez
last,
Louise.
yeah, to the last 6 or something. Yeah, and then they'd pick 2 out of the 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not just you having to do that once, it's every or is that the selection process to get into a dance troupe or something, or is that
That's
every
just-
time that you
Yeah,
want to do
that's every time you want a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta learn the routine and just do it over and over again, back to back, back to back
Easily.
sessions. Yeah.
Performing arts, dude.
Dude, yeah,
Boy howdy.
yeah, will get you every time. Yeah, so
Arts in general.
Yeah, so she's yeah, I'll just be an author because that's honestly less stressful.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah.
Stressful in its own ways. Although definitely not to the tier as
Yeah, being a dancer.
Having to
man.
audition,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no way, man. No way. Dude. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because rather than auditions in jazz, you have jam sessions, and those are like much more relaxed. Although it can be brutal as well if you pick like a higher respected jam session. Because there's like
'Cause,
different
like-
jam sessions where there's like like the one at the Espresso Art Cafe. That's like a super chill vibes jam session where you can just anybody can go there, and you can just jam and have fun. But there's like some jam sessions you go to and like you just have to be like on
Top
your
tier.
game, yeah, all the time, or you will get like publicly insulted by all the other musicians and then kicked off stage. Literally though. Well, that's like the famous, that story about in Whiplash about Charlie Parker. In the story they said that Jim Jones threw a cymbal at his head, but in reality, Jim Jones just insulted him and just like chucked a cymbal at his general direction. Didn't really actually throw it, but he just like insulted him and said, "Dude, you suck. Get out of here. Come back when you're better." And just basically that.
Louise. Holy.
Yeah, but then Charlie Parker did get better, and now he's like, now he's like Jazz Jesus, pretty much.
Jazz Jesus.
He is actually Jazz Jesus.
Yeah.
If you talk to
That
like
good?
jazz musicians, yeah, because like classical musicians have like Bach is like classical Jesus, but yeah, jazz musicians, people worship Charlie Parker.
Wow.
Yeah,
And all it took was verbal abuse and a cymbal.
yeah, and a ton of heroin,
And a ton of heroin.
very, very much.
It sounds like a recipe for success.
Yeah. Well, that's his story, because he died when he was like 32 or something, and they like opened him up for the autopsy, and his insides like looked like a 60-year-old man's insides.
Actually, just
'Cause he
the
just-
heroin through the roof.
Yeah, because he just whacked him out so bad on drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the baseball dude that threw a perfect game,
Yeah.
but he was like absolutely
On LSD.
Yeah,
That guy?
yeah. Absolutely just balls to the wall tripping on
Yeah.
LSD and somehow goes nutty.
Yeah.
Drugs, hell of a drug.
Yeah, drugs will do it to you every
Yeah.
time. I just realized I need to plug this bad boy in because we're
She
at
dying?
9. Yeah. I didn't charge it before I went, so because this is an impromptu session, so I'm just gonna move this mic. We're switching tables, boys. We're doing it right here, right now.
Do they keep these power things on?
I sure hope so. Otherwise, we are boned. All right, talk to the good people, Luke, while I'm gone.
Yeah, well, I think the moral of this session is that LSD, heroin, are simply recipes to greater success.
That's right, kids. Drugs are good, and you should do them often.
Yeah. Actually, like, people talk about how much Adderall is a thing on campuses,
Yeah.
but then I don't think I know anyone that actually...
That's the thing. You don't think you know anyone, but it's like
Because it's like an...
no one's like going around
Low-key
saying,
thing.
"Hey, hello, friends. Look at all this Adderall, which I am doing currently." No one's like that. You know?
much more like low-key to cover up.
Yeah. Well, look. I mean, dude. Look. Like what? Like 80% of the country's on a pill of some sort. I mean, when you ever
Is that
see,
a thing?
It's got to be a thing. I mean, do you know people who aren't on pills of some sort?
Most of my... Or I guess not even most of my family. How much
I'm not
Of
talking.
the
But I'm not
US.
talking like like
is on medication?
yeah. I'm not talking even but just like like heart like like abuse or anything like.
Yeah, 66% of all adults in the United States use prescription drugs.
Yeah, yeah, it's something like that. It's like, yeah, definitely more than like the majority of people. But you ever see anybody just pop a pill? Never. You never, because they do it in the morning when they're like taking their shower or
Alone.
something.
Just
Yep, taking my morning drugs.
I kind of want to know what percentage of college students use Adderall.
Please enjoy this dead air while we search some Googles.
Apparently 2016 it was about 10%.
Yeah.
But then, I guess I mean, it varies for sure.
But then again, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
It said that in a survey by the Michigan Daily of 1,300 respondents, 25% said they had used like central nervous stimulants such as Adderall.
yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. This thing I always heard, yeah, that in the College of Journalism, it's like all of them. It's like almost, it is like literally.
College of Journalism?
Whatever the college, it's like the, the Walter Cronkite School of
At the U of A?
Journalism. Yeah, at the U of A. Where it's just like, yeah, it's like all of them. Pretty much all of them are
My
on
gosh.
Adderall. So it's like, oh, well, But that's like a thing, though. Journalists, just in general, they're just all on Adderall.
Why though? To write fast?
I mean, write fast and also, like, get on the midnight flight over to Iran so you can cover, this crazy war story.
Oh, you better be
And then you have
awake.
to, then you have to survive that crazy war story, and then you have to cover it, and then you have to write it up, and it's all got to be in tomorrow's paper. So, you can imagine it might be required to be on something.
Jeez Louise. Dude, I remember when Vice would, I mean, they probably still do,
Yeah.
when they would post some of their crazy video journalism.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's pretty interesting when I used to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of Vice. Just a little bit. But none of the, like, crazy, like, war
You never
story
really
stuff.
watched any of that?
No, not really.
Oh dang. They used to. What the frick? I just got assaulted by an insect. You see that?
I did not see that, but
No.
I believe you, though.
Like actually impactful. Holy frick.
Yeah. I've had those, man.
I don't know how their proper journalism is, but I know that like they used to straight up like send a dude to live with like actually notorious gangs in like Mexico
Yeah.
for like a week and like cover stories about them.
Yeah, they do that, yeah.
Yeah, which is like absolutely bonkers to me how someone would be willing to actually do that. Like, you're a journalist,
Yeah.
you're no doubt not getting paid extremely well, and you're putting yourself in a situation where some dude could straight up go, I don't like you anymore, and then kill you.
Yeah,
And
but
face no
dude, but if you
repercussions.
survive though, I mean that's like a career-making move right there. That's the thing, is that yeah, like a story like that, like, will like, not just probably, but almost definitely like give you instant maximum street cred.
Street cred among the journalists.
Yeah, so you'll get like calls from just everybody being like, dude, we need you and only you to cover this story because Lord knows nobody else will. So,
But then that's just going to be like a feedback loop of you putting yourself in dangerous situations.
yeah, that's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes, dude. Anybody can cover the Kentucky Derby or whatever kind of nonsense, But if you're covering just like full on, Mexican Colombian cartels, I don't know, beheading locals on just the daily, and then just sending that home to the States, yeah, you think old Buddy Joe Bobby,
Buddy Joe Bobby.
covering NASCAR, you think he's gonna be up for that?
Kind of like a live fast, die young, and make a name for yourself.
I guess that's pretty much what it is, I suppose, and I'm sure they get off on it or something because like
Like
how can you not?
adrenaline
If you're,
junkie
like, yeah,
type
if you're-
deal.
I guess, yeah. I imagine.
Yeah.
If you're one of those guys, But they got other ones that are just physically testing. Like what's his name that they sent to live with like this like tribe in Africa that had like, of course no technology or nothing, and he just lived with them for like 2 years.
Is this also Vice, or is this like...
I believe it was Vice, yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, and he's just there and, just lives with them. And that's just his life for a while. And then they just And then just afterward, they're like, "Whoa, thank you for this wonderful story. Let us just rip you away from all your friends and family that you've made here." And yeah, so how about that story, man? You got that story for us now that you've spent the last 2 years of your life? It's like,
Yoink, get back here.
yeah, dude.
Dang.
That's why I always wonder, man. You ever think about how intense it's got to be like an undercover cop who's like been undercover for like 16 years, and then
like-
suddenly they yoink you back? It's like, oh, thank you for taking down that giant mafia boss. So, yeah, back to police work, back on the street with you, son. You know, let's get them bad guys. Get us some good parking tickets. Or whatever. You know, you said, how do you get back from that, man? Just
I don't know. I feel like in some respects, undercover work can be super, super, I don't know, complicated emotionally, because like you're doing good work and breaking up like illegal activity,
Yeah.
but then there's no way that you can like be undercover with some people for years and years and not form relationships with them, you know?
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, that's like part of the role, you know?
Well, that is the job, even.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
So then how do you like reconcile building those relationships but then like immediately outing them
Yeah.
as you need to?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them don't, man. So, you know.
Like what
Some
they
of them just switch sides, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, that's like was that like FBI guy that got like, you know, like Whitey Bulger to as informant, like the other FBI guy, just like, yeah, just decided, you know what, it's like I have enough of this informant nonsense. I'm just gonna, instead of like informing on them, I'm just gonna actually be a gangster, and you know,
just full on.
because I make way more money, get way more respect, and you know, and these guys have no idea what they're doing anyway. So
Dang. Yeah. I'm sure it happens. Not frequently, but frequent enough.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah. But that's the thing, like best case scenario, you get out there and you're like mentally scarred from just, you know,
from all the crap that you're gonna see.
yeah, that you're gonna see and you're gonna do,
Yeah.
and that you have to do, you know.
How does that like? I mean, gets us a judgment call at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if some dude like gives you a gun and like tells you to pop someone else, like that's such a actually just traumatizing experience.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep your cover, but then also like you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, if you're in for like you know, like if you're in for the big time, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
just roll with it. Yeah. I imagine.
Nothing that I could ever do. I could never do that work.
No, there's no way. It's just not worth it.
No.
Just not worth it.
Do you think that I mean, some people definitely are out there for the adrenaline and like, keep their blood going, but you have to imagine that a lot of the people that are doing that work, like, would much rather prefer to be doing something else. Perhaps handing out parking tickets.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because
It has to be-
they're there, you know,
they're
and they
it
want
has
to
to
be
be
there.
voluntary. Yeah.
Well, maybe less voluntary, but more just like they're like, hey, you know, you got this, you know. It's just like part of being like a detective or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
That you're just gonna have to, you know. It's the job you signed up for, I guess, you know.
Dang. Reminds me of the movie Departed. The Departed?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
No?
Don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it. I
Yeah.
finally watched it though.
Yeah.
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 After multiple people told me to.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's a very famous movie. Supposed to be very good. Supposed to be very good. Yeah, another Martin Scorsese movie.
I will not spoil.
You will not spoil. You should not spoil. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've prevented Luke from spoiling The Departed for all of you.
Yeah,
And by all of you, I mean none of you, because nobody listens to this
Aw.
podcast. Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude,
What?
Just remind me, I've got to think of both the next movie and the next book by next week.
Reminds me that I need to read the book.
Did you know that this last week, I mean, I haven't finished Catch-22 yet. However, you know, I've started and finished a completely separate book this week. Shout out House of the Scorpion. You ever read that book?
No.
You should. It's a pretty good book.
House of the Scorpion?
House of the Scorpions. Yeah.
Is it a short book, or were you just cracked this past weekend?
It's like, it's not like short. It's 380 pages, exactly. I just shredded through it this week, boy.
Most definitely not short.
Yeah.
Standard novel length. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Yeah, just shredded. Yeah, started Sunday and finished it Friday.
Actually, just absurd.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna finish Catch-22 too, as man. So my question is, what's your excuse? Is my question.
Oh boy.
Because also working full time as well, you know.
I don't even have that excuse.
Yeah. You're not working full time.
I am, but like if you're able to work full time and then also pull it through, like
Yeah.
that knocks that off of my list of excuses.
That's right,
To
yeah.
be able to use.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I'll have to read tomorrow and Monday and hope that I finish in time.
You can. Now you have to, because otherwise I'm just gonna
Oh, I
big
can-
dick flex all over you, man.
Not only did I finish Catch-22, I also read this entire book.
An entirely separate book in 1 week.
Yeah.
Yeah, although we'll say way easier book than Catch-22, man, because it's like, it's like one of them young adult novels and stuff.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like, rather than Catch-22, that's
Digestible.
like, what? Chronology? Never heard of her, Yeah.
What is time?
What is time? What is this time, and can I smoke it? It's basically, that's the vibe I get from Joseph
Can I
Heller.
smoke it? Yup. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Some of the chapters in that book actually just confuse the living daylights out of me.
Yeah.
Or perhaps, I don't know if I would say it confuses me, but it's painful to the brain.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, these in terms of the crazy postmodern books I've read, man, it's actually not even that bad, because it's crazy and kooky and absurd, but it's not the laws of physics still apply, I guess is what I'm saying, which I can't say for some other books that I've read.
Reality is still intact.
Yeah, it hasn't gone into full-on surrealism, you
Yeah.
know, which you get with Thomas Pynchon, where dead ass a part of the book is about a guy who is chasing a magical harp through a bar and has to chase it down the drain of a toilet whilst being pursued by the ghost of Mike Tyson.
What the frick?
That's just an actual part of the book, man.
That's your favorite author, right?
Yeah, Thomas Pynchon, Face the Podcast. Yeah, my favorite author. Yeah.
So Thomas Pynchon is your favorite author.
Yeah.
I know his name. Eraserhead dude. Lynch. Something Lynch. It's not Henry, it's not Gerald. David?
Yeah, David Lynch.
David Lynch is your favorite director? Or not quite?
I don't even know, man. Who is my favorite director? If he isn't my favorite, he's one of them for sure. I've got to think about that.
Is Christopher Nolan also up there?
He's good. I prefer David Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a definite
Yeah,
veteran.
a top contender.
Yeah, definitely top contender for sure.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites if he isn't my favorite. One
Do
of
you
my
have a
favorites.
favorite actor?
Favorite actor? Not really. Not really. There's a lot of good ones, but they're it's one of those things where they're good in different ways, so it's hard to judge them
Hard to
against each
compare
other.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree.
And there's just a lot of great ones and also I'm just not qualified enough to judge acting. I took 1 year of beginning theater in high school. So who am I to
You're
judge?
definitely looking at it with a layman's lens.
Yeah, for sure. So I just, it's like, are they believable? Is just what it comes down to.
How much do I have to suspend my disbelief?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones though. I like Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington?
Yeah, he's a great one. I feel like he's one of the go-to ones if someone like put a gun to my head and was like, "Hey, dude, great actor."
3 seconds go.
Yeah, go. I would probably, Denzel Washington would probably be the first one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, also, he doesn't have to like, I don't know. He doesn't have to send dead rats to his, to his other actors and like, I don't know, jack off in the director's desk to be a good actor, like some other
What?
actors I know.
What is it? Like, he's, as in he has the reputation and doesn't have to, like...
Well, in that he's just actually a good actor,
actor.
and can act rather than having to just be an actual sociopath to get into the part.
He was in, like, a nobody tier movie. Oh, The Equalizer.
Yeah, he was in The Equalizer.
Is this
I haven't seen The
a good
Equalizer.
movie? It gives me John Wick and nobody vibes.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Well, probably more John Wick, because Nobody is honestly just more of a comedy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That was good, though. Did we watch it together?
we did at
Yeah.
the Roadhouse Theater. I
Right.
think that's what that's called. The Texas Roadhouse Theater.
Texas.
Let me check the volumes on this thing. All right, the snap's coming, boys. Yeah, okay, we're good.
I will have to head back somewhat soon.
Wah, wah. If you can stick it out for like a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's
because we're
fine.
not in an hour yet.
The Book of Eli, Magnificent Seven. Did we watch The Magnificent Seven?
No, we didn't.
No, we watched The
Well,
Hateful
watch
Eight.
The Hateful Eight, man.
My gosh, these movie titles, bro.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah. And then there's like I think the Adam Sandler movies, The Ridiculous Six. So.
it just keeps going.
It's just like all the numbers.
I feel like we haven't had a actually good horror movie lately.
It depends on how much you
How
mean by lately.
lately?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think was the last good one?
Well, I mean, we had like Midsummer last year.
Yeah. Oh, was that last year?
I think that was 2020. Yeah. Double check that.
For some reason, I felt like it was like 19 or something.
It might have been 2019. Because I think it came out around the same time as Us, which I know that one was 2019.
It is 19.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's also the one that I thought of. Like,
Yeah.
the last good one is probably Midsummer, but
I don't know. Well, not a whole lot of them are just just in theaters, I should say. Not a whole lot of them are coming out in theaters. There's a bunch of like video on demand stuff that I hear is pretty good, but I
Yeah?
haven't seen a whole lot of them though. Yeah, I keep watching all the. If I'm gonna watch my trashy horror movies, I want them to be old.
yes, Forever Purge.
Oh, the Forever
This
Purge.
is
Dude. Speaking of movies that I don't even have to see the movie to know it's like
Bad.
the worst movie of the year.
yeah.
It's like Cats, basically. It's like Cats was like last year or the year before or something, where you just like, I don't even have to see the movie. I already know this is the worst movie of the year.
At what point do you like? I don't even know how a movie like gets greenlit and goes through all of the motions with so much of the bad press that it got.
Dude. Well, it's maybe it's like a thing to where like, I don't know, like the crackheads over at Paramount or something, where I don't know who distributed it, or
Whoever
produced
it was.
Yeah, but whoever, they're like, I'm sure on paper it might have sounded good. It's like, okay, now, people like, I mean, musicals are pretty good. People like musicals. I mean, Cats is like, like world famous musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber, like the god of musicals. So we do a musical and we get like Taylor Swift and Rebel Wilson and Jason Dorito and
Jason Dorito.
and all of those. That is what I call him too. And we get all these famous people, and they're all gonna play cats, and Jason Dorito's gonna have a jumbo dong.
Is that a thing?
That was like something that
At a point in the movie.
Well, that was like I think Jason Derulo just like, I mean, I feel like is as a joke. I can only imagine. Now, I mean, he could just be insane enough that he was dead serious, but he'd like apparently alleged that like that they had to censor out the bulge because he was too big.
There's no way that's true.
Yeah, well, that's exactly
no
the
way.
thing. It's like, okay, all right, yeah,
All right, we
okay.
get it, we get it. Relax.
That was the whole thing, yeah. Which, just do not trust in the slightest.
I forgot that Conjuring had another movie.
Oh, yeah, they made a Conjuring 3.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the second one.
I haven't even seen the first one.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Isn't that like people contend that to be one of the better modern horror movies made?
Yeah. I think both the Conjuring 1 and 2
Yeah.
are supposed to be like, the only good Conjuring movies. In like the whole Conjuring universe,
Are there more than the 3? Oh,
Yeah,
we
well,
talked
the
about
whole-
this before.
yeah, we
with
did.
Annabelle and everything though.
Yeah, and the Nun and, the Curse of
Laura.
The Curse of My Sharona. Or
My sure. What is it actually called?
the Curse of La Llorona.
Llorona?
La Llorona.
Curse
'Cause it's a Mexican folktale. So it's
I don't
La
know.
Llorona. Which, yeah, I'm pronouncing La Llorona because I'm an American, so what are you going to do? I can't do the... one thing that just, like, slightly just, like, it doesn't make me angry, but I make, like, but I do laugh at people when they, like, obviously have an American accent, but they, like, try to go for the Mexican accent when they're saying stuff in Spanish.
Like taco.
Oh, taco, or like, it's
taquito.
like Ricardo, but they can't roll their R's and they can't like do any of the inflections, but they go for it anyways. It's like, just say Ricardo. That's how I pronounce it, and that's honestly, if you have the accent of an American, that's the way you're gonna pronounce it, man. Because otherwise, it's just embarrassing.
So like if somebody like, I know that people will, like speak with an American accent and then will say like Puerto Rico or whatever.
Yeah.
Does that not jive with you?
I mean, it's just the thing is, if you're gonna go for it, you have to nail it. You either have to nail it or you have to just not try, because otherwise it's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they nail it, then it's all good in the hood.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. But you do have to nail it though. Yeah.
Mexico.
Mexico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
I don't know what else there is.
I don't know. Well, there's all kinds of Spanish words. It's not just.
Not just those two countries.
Not just
or
those-
not even Puerto Rico isn't even a country.
Whoa!
Wait. Yeah.
Actually, I think it is a country.
No.
Yeah. What is it then?
Puerto Rico is a territory.
Well, kind
Of
of.
the
But it's
US.
like also like its own thing, I imagine.
No?
It's like I thought it's like I think it's like Ireland. It's like was like technically part of
I mean,
the UK.
Nah, Ireland is like its own proper thing now.
Well,
I mean,
now,
part of it.
But even like Scotland, talk Scotland, which is still part of the UK, but it's
It's not a country though.
I think so. The country is
Oh
Scotland.
wait, yeah, country is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but it is a territory of the UK though.
It's a UK constituent country. It's a country that is part of the United Kingdom. If that's not confusing.
The UK just trying its hardest to say it's like this country
Fine.
is our bitch,
It's still ours.
and we ram it on the daily.
No. Yeah, I think that Puerto Rico is a.
I'd call
Not a
it,
country.
I don't know. I call it a country. Yeah.
We should make up our mind. Like the United States should make up its mind of whether it's a country.
Oh, but you don't want to make a state because we're at
state.
a solid 50, and then you make 51. And
Didn't
it's all
somebody like make a
confusing.
flag with 51 and it didn't even look bad?
I don't know. Maybe.
51 star flag.
And but it's like, can you imagine, man? 51 states of America. You serious? Let me see it.
Solely just, I mean, it doesn't look bad.
That doesn't look good compared to the
Compared to the
solid
nice
50.
50?
Yeah, just like nice solid rows.
I suppose.
I 100% would say.
Are you telling me that this isn't? No. Wait. Wait. Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Kuwait. Are you telling me that this isn't a top tier design?
What kind of nonsense is this?
Someone just decided to go ham.
Oh man, this. That's not even the right number, man.
No. There's a bunch of different ones. I mean, this one is definitely the best.
No, I think the circle one might have it.
Are you for real?
I think so, man. It's all symmetrical and stuff, and it's,
It is symmetric, yeah.
yeah. I mean, the rest of them are symmetrical, but that one's like extra symmetrical. Like that one could actually pass, I think,
You would prefer the circle over the
over the jagged
The
rows.
top one?
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
That might be a hot take.
Well, then you can put it in your stew and and eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, though. Yeah, but if we're gonna add Puerto Rico, we need to find like 9 other ones so that we can get to
Go to 60.
Yeah, get a solid 60.
This 55 doesn't do it for you? Like, I know that some people like the 5s.
It's like it's all right, but 60 is better though.
60 is the one.
Honestly, if we're up to me, I'd find like another 49 of them. Get like, ooh, once you
100?
hit that sweet 100, man.
Like, you just turned to Puerto Rico and you're like, we'll only accept you as a state if we, like, conquest the world once again and take up a bunch of territories and turn them into states as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or you just shatter the rest of the states into like pieces.
Pieces. You got,
Yeah.
like, North Arizona, South Arizona, West Arizona, East Arizona.
Yeah.
But we don't even have to do that. We just have to split each of them into 2.
Yeah.
North
except
Dakota.
All except for one of them has to be split into 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which obviously it's got to be Rhode Island because how you split?
How you gonna?
how
It's
you gonna
already tiny.
Yeah, how you gonna split Rhode Island in 2?
North Dakota.
North.
South Dakota. No,
No,
it'd be
you gotta
South North Dakota.
But no, it'd be like, yeah, well, you can do that and be just extra psychotic, or you could just make it west, northeast, no, northeast.
Yeah, what are you even saying?
Northwest.
Northwest Dakota. Northwest Dakota, Northeast Dakota,
Yeah.
Southwest Dakota,
Southeast Dakota. But then pretty much.
That's pretty clean.
Yeah.
And then what do you do with like Virginia and West Virginia?
We got, you got like Virginia, East Virginia, West Virginia, and Western Virginia.
Western. But like we have to split West Virginia as well too. So would
Yeah.
it be like
Well, it'd be just
West-
Northwest and Southwest Virginia.
Northwest and Southwest Virginia?
Yeah, then Virginia and then East Virginia. Would split that way.
Virginia and East Virginia.
Yeah.
That'd be something.
Yeah, man. Dude.
No.
Or you could just be creative and then just actually name other states.
Come up with new names.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What are your thoughts on people saying that the U.S. would eventually split into multiple different countries?
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. It almost did happen, so what makes you think it couldn't happen again?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it could happen.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can see it actually being like more healthy to split it into multiple countries than to keep it as one. In some ways.
In some ways. But that was, the Confederate States of America, and that one, that
Sure didn't work out.
That was, chaos. Just,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's why I'm going into computers and not public policy.
Hey, ho.
Or that wouldn't even be public policy. That'd be
Just be like, just political
policy.
science.
Yeah, political
Something.
science. Yeah. Government.
Government. The darn government.
Not government.
Yeah, I love it when people just generally, the darn government trying to take my guns, trying to, take my rights away. It's like, which part of the government?
Which one?
Which one? It's like, you understand the government's just made up of, like, just millions of people. Which one of these millions of people do you suppose is trying to take your gun specifically, man?
That gum.
That darn government? Oh, yeah? Yeah, the whole government's after you? Yeah, you're trying to tell me that, like, animal control is trying to take your guns? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
The library is after
The
you.
library, yeah. The Pima County Library is trying to take your guns and try to raise the price of ammunition. Yeah, we're trying to take your land so we can build highways. That's what the library is
That's
trying
what the
to do.
library is trying to do.
Yeah.
Need more room for my books.
Yeah, I always love it, man. Especially since I work for the government. Just getting to hear. It's always great when you get other library, like people who work for the library and then patrons of the library just shitting on the government. It's like, you understand that
are the government.
Yeah, we are the government, and you are currently using a government service right now. You're gonna talk smack about us,
Yeah.
I was
Nah, people don't realize just the reaches.
Yeah, I also do quite love it because, like, the common thing whenever you just tell somebody no because they have something totally ridiculous they want you to do, they're just like, oh, come on now, I can't believe it. My taxes pay
are going for this.
My taxes pay your salary. It's like, you want to hear something crazy? My taxes also pay my salary. So you can go
suck
away.
it.
That's what you can do, yeah. It's like, what do you think? I don't pay taxes or something? What do you think? What do you think goes on here?
Those darn millennials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also another whole other thing. Where I also quite love the old folks. Now it's millennials talking smack about Zoomers and stuff, and they're just like, these darn kids they don't have any idea what real adversity is. It's like, tell us about how all the time tell us about how you went to college for like $80.
Yeah. Tell us about the adversity, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, howdy, do we live in a time.
Yeah. Dude, it's like the whole, college became a thing. It's like, anytime anything like that happens where it's like, like right now it's like, I feel like cryptocurrency is the thing where it's like, everyone's, you got to get into cryptocurrency. That's where all the money is. All these people became millionaires off of cryptocurrency. But the bubble's going to
Burst.
Yeah, explode and just murk all these people. It's like that to where it's just like, like people discover, you get a college education. That's like, that's just like, instantly your life is perfect, and then people started to catch on, and now everybody wants college education, and then
It doesn't mean as much.
yeah, now it means nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing, man. Yeah, it makes for subpar toilet paper, but that's just about it.
What? Is that a saying?
It's my saying.
You're saying? Heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first, folks. I mean, it depends on what you get, of course, but yeah. But a lot of the times it might as well be the way people use it,
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you know what you're doing, yeah, pretty much. Go to college for no reason.
I'm still not sure if you're talking about toilet paper or you're talking about something else.
It's right on it's like they make like a like make that a T-shirt or something. It's like, man, it's like I went to college and all I got was this subpar piece of toilet paper.
Subpar single ply toilet paper.
Yeah. Single piece of toilet paper too. They couldn't even give you the roll. You just got one piece of toilet paper.
Dude, like, holy, I would, like, when people ask you those questions, like, if you could curse someone with a minor inconvenience for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Yeah.
Like, actually only being able to use single-ply toilet paper is indeed a curse.
Yes. Although I feel like if you fold it up enough times, you can
Like,
you know.
MacGyver something that's decent.
Well, you can make it pass. Yes.
All right,
It
well,
is annoying when they like it rips, while whilst while
Whilst
when
in
it
the
falls
action.
in the
Whilst
line
in
of duty
use.
in the
Yeah.
line of duty,
what would be your curse then?
Man, my curse. I have stuff that would just torture me specifically though. Is the
Not
thing.
necessarily a random person.
Yeah. I don't know, like the stuff that like drives me wild. Just like
What?
one of the more classic ones that's like very specific to me. However, will turn me from like dead calm to like white hot fury instantly.
Oh my goodness.
Is when whenever you're driving and you get to and there's like a 4-way stop sign
Yeah.
and it's you and another car, you're going at it, and dude, what drives me just like wild, like unreasonably
blood
angry.
boiling.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
makes me unreasonably angry. Is when they stop first, I stop after them, clearly stop after them, and then they wave me through. Drives
they think
literally.
they're being kind, but
Yeah, that's the thing where it's like how do you think this makes things better? You understand that if you just gone, that like it would have actually been faster. So you are actually wasting my time, just because you want to be a dick and wave me through. Why? My question's why. Like literally, when that happens to me, I sit there and I stare at them till they go. Because fuck you. That's why. I get way too angry about that. And yeah, literally, they'll wave me through, and I will just sit there, and especially if it's just the two of us and there's no one else waiting. I'll just sit there and stare at them, like dead in the eyes. I will make eye
they fully are
contact.
aware that you know that they waved you, but then you're still gonna.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I saw that. I'm still waiting, because you can suck my dick is what you could do. You can come out of your car, walk over to my car. I will roll down the windows and allow you to suck on my penis.
Jeez, Louis.
Because that is nonsense. Nonsense. If you wave people through when you're obviously there first, you honestly just drive it off the nearest bridge, man, honestly. You don't deserve life.
boy.
People dude, you didn't deserve to win the genetic lottery and get to be a human. Just honestly, you should just skip ahead and just reincarnate as a cockroach or something, because that's what you deserve.
Oh my gosh. So I guess if somebody were to curse you, that'd be the one.
Dude, yeah.
'Cause every single 4-way stop,
they wave you
they
through.
wave you through. But then not even like the first person. Like if you come to a 4-way stop and there are cars at each road, each of them individually will wave you through.
Honestly, I will just get at that point, especially if I'm just in hell and I'm damned anyways, I will just get out of my car and gun them all down.
That 12 gauge thing.
Yeah, because there's no way I'm dealing with that for an eternity. There's no way I'm dealing with that for 15 minutes, man.
Oh boy.
Dude.
Huh.
I do get very, very upset.
Yeah, that's wild.
Extremely upset when that happens.
I can't wait till actually well-designed self-driving systems are a thing, because there are a bunch of things that are like that too. Like people who are on a street and then they'll stop to let somebody turn in,
Yeah.
actually slow down traffic.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Yeah, you slow down traffic.
Yeah, it's
slower. It's actually slower.
actually slower for everyone
Yeah, you
involved.
think. Yeah, that's what because there's other things that should piss me off but don't. Like when people cut me off, I'm like, because at least I can follow a logical thread to where I'm in a hurry and I need to get into this lane. because I'm in a hurry and I need to go faster, so I'm going to cut this guy off so that I can go faster. That's a logical thread. I mean, it's a dick move, but
Sure,
it's
yeah.
at least makes
some-
logical
yeah,
sense. But when you sit there and you're just like, no. Oh yeah, no. Just go. Just go. This interaction could have taken like 0 seconds. Instead, you've extended it to like a full 10, 15, 30 seconds because depending on like how stubborn they are, I will just sit there too. I will just sit there and stare at them. Like full eye contact and just
Oh,
stare at
boy.
them. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, unreasonably angry, man. Unreasonably angry. And they deserve it. They deserve eternal damnation.
If ever there was a sin punishable with eternal.
Yeah, if there's ever
Torment.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, you could be Charles Manson and just, like, order the deaths of so many people. And, as long as you, like, reconcile that, and, like, if you can, like, you could turn that around, I guess. But, dude, you pull that's like, yeah, instant one-way ticket. There's no way there's no bouncing
way
back from
coming
that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I should head back now.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy.
Hot daddy.
Hot daddy. Poppy. I don't know.
Me puppy.
What's some like? There aren't too many things that you can put after daddy.
Spank me.
All right.
You can throw that after daddy. Daddy's
All
spank.
right. I think that's a good point. All right.
We'll drink the milk from these sweet teats.
Please stop. No.
Daddy.
No. Abort. Abort. Oh. Jeez. Alrighty.
This episode of Ricky's Podcast is brought to you by your daddy. He sponsors my podcast.
Your father in particular.
That's right. That's right. You listener, your daddy sponsors this podcast because we make sweet, passionate love on the nightly. That's right. While you're, those moments when you're like, what's that kind of noise I'm hearing in the background that's like, sounds a little bit like moaning? Yeah, that's me and your daddy.
Oh
Making
boy.
sweet, sweet love to
Oh
each other.
boy. I sure hope that my employers never find these and listen back to them.
Honestly, same. But oh well, it is what it be.
It's a risk.
That's what it's going to win. You can't prove it's me. Ha! You got. Okay. Anyways, outro music play. There you go. That's the end of your podcast.
End of the podcast. It's the end of the podcast. Check back in next time, and we